All right. Now, here's a little crash course in adding signed numbers if you have been out and you need some extra help. Now, we went over where all these rules on this sheet came from, and I had posted this in class. But just to use it, so we take a look. These are all going to be adding. So we'll only be looking from the adding column here. 6 plus negative 3. So we have a positive plus a negative. Now it doesn't match. These aren't the same sign. So we go to this rule. We have different signs. So we want to subtract. 6 minus 3 is 3. Now we got to figure out what the sign of our answer is going to be. So we subtract them, keep the sign of the bigger. Now I put bigger in quotation marks there because for a minute we're just going to completely forget about this negative here. Which is bigger, 6 or 3, just in general? 6 is, and it's positive. So we keep the sign of that one. Our answer is positive 3. Okay, number 2, we have negative 4 plus negative 7. So here we go. This one matches negative plus a negative. They're the same sign. So we add them and we keep the signs. All right, so forget about the negatives. 4 plus 7 is 11. And it says keep the sign. So negative 11. Negative 2 plus 9. A negative and a positive. So this one matches here. They're different signs. So we subtract. Forget about the negatives for a minute. Just do the bigger minus the smaller. 9 minus 2 is 7. Now forget about, like I said, the negatives. 9 is bigger than 2 and it's positive, so our answer stays positive. Number 4, 7 plus negative 7. Different signs, so we subtract. 7 minus 7 is 0. 0 doesn't have a sign, we don't have to worry. Number 5, 3 plus negative 7. Nope, those aren't the same sign. Different signs. Subtract. Like it says there. So 7, just forget about the negatives. Do big minus small. 7 minus 3 is 4. And like it says, we'll keep the sign of the bigger one. Now I know technically negative 7 is smaller than 3, but just forget about negatives for a minute. 7, just plain old 7, is bigger than 3, so we keep the sign of that one. Negative 4 is our answer. Negative 9 plus 2, different signs again. So we'll subtract, keep the sign of the bigger one. Forget about the negatives. 9 minus 2 is 7. 9 is bigger than 2. Just in general, forget about the negatives for a minute. 9 is bigger than 2. Just plain old 9 is bigger than 2. And that 9 was negative. So we keep the negative. Opposite signs again. Different signs. Subtract. 8 minus 4 is 4. 8's bigger than 4 and it's positive, so we leave that positive. Number 8, negative 3 plus negative 7. same signs, add and keep the sign. 3 plus 7 is 10, keep it negative. Different signs again. So like the rule says, we're going to subtract. Do bigger minus smaller. 9 minus 1 is 8. Again, just regular 9 is bigger than regular 1. So we keep the sign of the 9, which is positive. So positive 8. Then 10. Don't let easy ones confuse you after all the sign stuff. This is just 5 plus 2. 7. Same sign. We add and we keep the sign just like you have for years. 5 plus 2 is 7.